Welcome to the ArtTest University of the Arts Animations on Online Literacy Skills. In this animation, we will discuss the first part of the introduction of a research paper, the context description and problem statement. So, what is the context description and what is the problem statement? The context description gives a short, formal report of the importance of the subject you are researching. The problem statement follows after the context description and identifies a problem within this context. Let's look at the research funnel again, and then at some examples to give you a feeling of what a context description and problem statement are all about. Here, we see the research funnel we discussed in the previous animation again. As you see, the introduction has a funnel-like shape. This symbolizes the narrowing down of the topics of the paper. If you're not set on a topic just yet, remember to check out the animations on finding and using literature. Let's zoom into the introduction part of the research funnel to get a closer look. Now, we can clearly see that the context and problem statements are the first part of your research paper. This makes sense, because they are designed to be eye-catching. The context description gives an overview of the importance and maybe even excitement of the topic that you're reporting about. Then, when the reader is intrigued, you reveal a problem to the reader in the form of the problem statement. This way, the reader gets invested in your paper and wants to know what happened, much like in a book written for entertainment purposes. However, the writing style is much more formal and objective than in such a book. Let's look at a mockup example that we prepared for you now. You can pause the animation now to read through this mockup. You'll notice that we start the article with a topic sentence. In this case, we introduce the topic of renowned documentary maker Renzo Martens, who is known for his work in engagement arts. Then, we validate the claims we made about Renzo Martens by displaying a list of awards he did win. After we validated our claim from the topic sentence, we zoom into a more particular part of his oeuvre, the documentary titled Enjoy Poverty. The research funnel is narrowing down. Then, we introduce the problem statement. This is usually done via a sign word, such as however. This alerts the reader that a contradictory thing is happening. In this mockup example, we then claim that not much is known about the opinions of the crew that was with him while making these documentaries. Remember that this is a mockup example and not a real-life article, but the point is clear. We start out with the topic of Renzo Martens and his prowess as a documentary maker. We validate this by citing outside sources and then identify a problem that needs to be solved. If you got a bit curious about the opinions of the crew, then the context description and problem statement did their job to introduce you to the context and the problem that you are trying to solve in your article. In this animation, we talked about the introduction of a research paper. More specifically, we discussed the context description and how it feeds into the problem statement. Also, remember to validate your claims with sources. For more information about the appropriate use of sources, consult the Finding and Using Literature animations. Also, check out the other animations that we've prepared for you, and make sure to go to your local ArtTest library if you have any questions about literacy skills.